Let's go. What is going on, YouTube? We are just getting started with an Amazon FBA Q&A. As I was getting it ready, Mr. Amazon FBA, I see you in the live. I saw your comment before it even started. So what's good? We got the TikTok live here as always, and we are rocking. Oh, Maki? Is that the second one I said? Yeah, Maki. What up? What up? Nikita, what is going on? We are just getting started, everybody, with a little, okay, Maki, nice. Welcome, welcome. We're getting started with a little Amazon FBA Q&A. As always, any questions that y'all have about selling on Amazon, drop them down below in the chat. If you guys want to request to join the TikTok live and ask any e-commerce or Amazon questions, feel free to request to join and then just ask your question in the chat. I'll bring some of y'all in here throughout the live so that you guys can actually ask your questions. It's been a fun little segment that we've been doing. I saw a video that you mentioned that you like selling products over $30. Yes, Lexus. So on all new products that I launch, I'm aiming for a $30+ average price. If you notice, like on this account, the average price is actually lower than 30. On a lot of the old accounts, the criteria wasn't necessarily the same as it is today, but we are rocking and rolling with $30+ nowadays. Also, I just got back from my cousin's warehouse, the cousins who were my mentors and taught me everything I know, or at some point taught me everything that I knew about selling on Amazon. And they are getting ready to launch a line of products that is super, super exciting. Obviously, I'm not going to say what it is, but here we are, what is it, 7 years later, and they are still absolutely hustling the Amazon game. And it was funny because they were showing me like the designs of the product, their differentiators, what they're doing. I was going to say, I think I had one of the samples with me. I think it's in my car. But so they were showing me all of that. And man, it's so funny is not the right word, but it's kind of a trip to see because a lot of the fundamentals that I learned and have had success with over the years, they were the OGs, they were the source. So I'm seeing how they're differentiating the products, how they brand the products, how they're bundling the products, and it's on point. Funny enough, actually we won't go down that rabbit hole, but yeah, they helped me a lot, and I was giving them some advice and helping them out. We're gonna be doing something cool, God willing. Anyways, what do you think of FBM private label for another source of income? FBA all day, brother. FBA all day. Bro, I registered for Vine, got my first review, was under 2-star. What can I do? Can it be removed? No, but just get more good reviews, brother. Just keep pushing. It's not going to be the end of the world. You're likely, assuming you have a good quality product, more of those Vine reviews will likely be good reviews. So guess what my margins are now since I last said 27%. What are they, Abduli? I don't know if that's good or bad. But what is the update from 27? How's your road to 1 million? It's good. Products on the way to Amazon. I want to do an RFQ and find a freight forwarder to ship my products from manufacturer to Amazon. Would you do the same? Yeah, put out an RFQ. It's a good way to try to get to suppliers. What do you do when Amazon loses inventory? Create a case, reconcile the shipment, and then Amazon, if they, once they investigate it, if they did lose it, they'll reimburse you. I narrowed my research down to one product, talking to suppliers now, and hope to order my sample soon. Let's go, Lexus. Wishing you Godspeed on the journey. 22%, I'm cooked. Not necessarily cooked, brother, but why did your margins drop 5%? I thought they were going to increase. I thought you were about to give me some good news right now. But yeah, why did your margins decrease by 5%? Yes, sir. Y'all stay tuned for the 0 to 1 mil series where I am taking a brand new Amazon seller account from 0 to $1 million in sales and documenting every step of the journey. Once the products arrive at Amazon, I'm going to make an updated YouTube video about it. Hi, brother. Are you on YT Live now? Yes, sir. Eddie, almost every time y'all see me on TikTok Live, I will be on here. No, they won't increase for the test order. If they would, it'll be at the last of my units. What do you mean at the last of your units? But I'm wondering, why did margins go down, Abduli? They should have gone up with negotiation. They decreased because I had to price lower to price competitively. Bro, so here's the thing, brother. I wanna make it, because we had our call, right? So we had our talk. I don't think you should sacrifice margins that drastically for necessarily a differentiator. What you need to think now is, are there other differentiators in the market that can still perform well, where I'll be different, right? That whole conversation that we were having, kind of like how you were segmenting the data, and it made you realize that I'm going to use a different term, that the 3-pack was better than the 4-pack. It's not actually a pack, but I didn't want to give anything away, right? Well, you're going to do the same thing with the differentiations, and then maybe you find a differentiator where you're not fully changing the design and it's not going to cost you as much money, and then you can have better margins. Or still try to negotiate that down, because maybe if you can get to like 25%, it's not the worst either. Sachi, Marcello, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate both of y'all. Appreciate everybody in the live vibe and asking questions. I need help finding products. Well, you are in luck, because I have multiple videos showing you step by step exactly how I research products and how I analyze products. And then for those who didn't want to spend time researching products, I do have the product selection option in the mentorship program, where based on the criteria I use and teach, I will select your product for you. Thank you. First orders are so hard, man. Don't want to look like a newbie and make mistakes. Nikita, do not fear that, my friend. A wise man or a smart man learns from his mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others. So there are going to be things that you would want to avoid, certain mistakes as a newbie. That being said, don't fear mistakes. That's part of business. Find me a business owner who has never made a mistake, and I'll show you a liar, right? Mistakes are part of the business. You adapt, you learn, you overcome. Yes, we do want to learn from the mistakes of others so that we can avoid some, but we all have a unique path, a unique journey in business. And being that it's unique, we will have unique problems to our business as well. Some problems that I've encountered, other business owners have never encountered. And that's not because I'm unique or anything. It's because I have a unique business. So different things, different strokes for different businesses, not folks. We're going to go to the YT chat really quick and jump back over. I created my listing after getting approved to sell under my brand name plus GTIN exemption. Do I need to be brand registered to have my brand name in my title? No, you don't. Hey, Luke, how you doing, bro? What up, Jag? One of the mentorship students in the YT chat. Good to see you, my friend. Do I need to start setting up an LLC/branding before finding a product? No, Kevin, you don't. You actually don't even need an LLC to sell on Amazon. Yoda, you checked the link I sent you last night? Yes. I saw. I'm gonna, for the ads that I was telling you about Airstick, I'm probably just gonna use real money, not buy fake money. But I did see it. Thank you. Nestor, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Negotiate to what? To try to get to 25% margins. How much is the mentorship? Should we tell it? If you guys want information like that about the program, be sure to go apply at the AMZ Masterclass mentorship program in the TikTok bio. Book a call with my team and they will let y'all know all the details. My team speaks for me. What if I have a high quality product and listing? Do you need to lower price compared to competition? You always want to be price competitive. You don't need to play a game of price. I never try to necessarily beat my competition on price. That being said, you don't want to be, super high price where now you're not even competitive in the market, and somebody looking at your listing versus somebody else's, they're like, why would I buy this? Because nobody is going to know the quality of your product until they actually order it. The whole idea is we're trying to get people to order the product. Every big business owner has to take risks and make some mistakes. We're human, you learn. 110% Goofy. No doubt about it. I've made plenty of mistakes along my journey, and it's just part of the game. What did I miss? I made thousands of mistakes, but didn't let returns stop me. Yes, 100%. Oh, bro. I saw that Airstick is savage, man. Shout out to Airstick, one of the mentorship students. But yeah, this guy's going into people's comments and tagging me. I did. You know what is interesting, bro? Is I do want to touch on this. I don't want to. I'm not trying to like kick anybody while they're down or anything like that, but I'll very quickly or shortly summarize. Girl makes a video, goes viral about how she got crushed with returns on Amazon. She bought an Amazon course that was kind of scammy, according to her. But one thing that I do want to note is that she didn't. I don't want to like seem like I'm being rude or anything, but she didn't necessarily seem like she was ready to like. It seemed like she was looking to blame people. So I can't necessarily speak to the program that she bought. I don't know those people. I've never even seen their content. But she gets a bunch of returns. It's like it becomes the demise of her business. She makes a video and she's like, I'm done. I'm gonna give up. And Airstick was the one who actually he had mentioned it to me. And he had tagged in her video and was like, hey, Luke can help you out. I made a video about stitching her video saying like, hey, listen, I'm sorry that happened to you. Reach out. And I think given your unique situation, I can give you some advice to completely turn this around. Crickets, no response to the video. I tagged her. A bunch of my followers tagged her in the video that I made and tagged her in her video saying that to go check out my video. Crickets. And then Airstick leaves a comment on one of her videos that she responds to, and essentially is like, hey, you decided to give up. And you can't blame Amazon or returns or this or that. And she pretty much responded to him. And he also said, Luke, at Luke Basha reached out to you and said that he would help you, yada, yada, yada. And her response essentially wasn't like, oh, I didn't see that, blah, blah, blah. It was essentially just throwing her hands up. Like, I made my peace with it. I'm not upset with my decision to quit my business. This is what it takes. This is the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. She had a golden opportunity, right? You get a video with 800,000 views right after this bad situation. You could use that to capitalize, and all those returns that you get, this bad situation, you can turn into good. I was reading the comments, hundreds of people saying, I would love to support, I would love to purchase one of your products, boom, 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 boom. But instead, hands thrown up, you don't turn a bad situation into a good, and then you look to blame everybody else. It's Amazon's fault for allowing people to return. It's the customer's fault because you don't realize that you're buying from a small business and returning a small business. It's the people's program's fault who I bought because they didn't mention. Actually, when you really think about her excuse about the program, it was like saying that they didn't mention that the biggest reason that people fail on Amazon was returns. That's not even true. Right? So now you have 800,000 views and you have a bunch of people believing that, the biggest reason of demise for Amazon is returns. I run a 2% return rate on this product, right? Have a good quality product. Make sure that you're not going into a high return rate product. Make sure that you're going into a market that has a decent star rating. I don't know. There truly is. I think everybody is capable of starting a business, just like, this lady, she finds the program online. She, bro, you only make 4 to 7% sales order. That you don't know anything about business, brother, but keep on trucking. Go watch my pinned video and I break down the profits of this business. But God bless you, my friend. Anyways, everybody's capable of starting a business. You see someone online, I want to start Amazon, boom. It's easy to go through the steps, right? But business is difficult. Not everybody should go start a business. Even though everybody is capable of a business, not everybody should go start a business. Because if you're not willing to stomach those days where you have a hot man, let me tell y'all a story. Let me tell y'all a story. Brother, I'm going to mute you so you can sit in the live like a good little boy, but you can go watch my pinned video. It's there for you to go do the research, and you can look at the profit margins on this account. But again, God bless you, bro. Don't you love when people think they can do something, but then you mute them and they got to just sit and watch? Anyways, as I was saying, just to prove this point, and then we're going to get back to questions. So you have this one lady, she gets a high return rate on Amazon where she's maybe at a loss, maybe not, and she complains it's the people's program's fault, it's Amazon's fault, and it's the customer's fault. Like, she literally says all three of those things in her video, okay? But then I had a mentorship student who was crushing it on Amazon, crushing it. But they launched a product. They actually launched it prior to joining the program. It was an electronic product. They got hit with a bunch of returns, to the point where their business was actually at a loss. And a point, because they had such high revenue, they ordered 2,000 units of the product. So they have all of this inventory. They're sitting there like, oh my gosh, I'm not making money on Amazon. What do I do? This person could have been like that girl and been like, all right, throwing my hands up. It's Amazon's fault. It's this person's fault. It's the customer's fault. No. They pivoted and they took a failure, right? Or I wouldn't even call it a failure. It was a hurdle. They took a hurdle. They worked out deals with their manufacturers to where they actually alleviated a lot of the risk with the returns, because if they had an X amount of returns, their manufacturer was reimbursing them for that. And then they went and learned how to sell their product on other platforms like Shopify, etc. And then they start doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in top line revenue on Shopify. Because of that, their Amazon business grew with little ad spend. And so now they're crushing it on Amazon and they're crushing it on Shopify. They turned what some would call an L into an insanely major win. You get to choose. You guys get to dictate how you, there's two things you can control in life. Now I forgot the quote. It's how you react, and what was the other one? But you guys get the point. Anyways, let's get back to questions. When filing a trademark, what category / item service do you choose? If I sell two different products, just pick one. Luke, what up, Hamid? How much is the program? You guys can go and hop on or if you guys apply for the program and qualify and book a call with my team, hop on a call with them and they will be able to answer everything about the program. Rec, Amazon, or Amex business card, or Chase. Brother, it's really a personal thing. For me personally, because my goals are different for what I'm using a credit card for. Like, I like to earn travel points and then use that, go travel the world. For me, Amex and Capital One were the best, but I have heard good things about Chase as well. Essentially, for me, it's one that I can earn good points on for the things that I'm spending, and then one where the points are transferable. Like, I have like 270,000 Delta Amex points right now. Delta Amex points. And you can't transfer Sky Miles. So if that had been Amex points, I could transfer that to any of their partners and things like that. What if you have a high quality product and listing? Do you need to lower price compared to competition? You always, like I said, you always want to be somewhat price competitive in the market. If you're selling something more premium, then maybe you can get away with it, but only if it justifies the price. No, I haven't heard of that. NAP. Greasy, thank you so much for the follow. I got no chill in 2025. She's not hungry. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. We gotta set the tone and change the tone in 2025. This isn't some get rich quick scheme. Just because you saw a video on the internet of somebody else making money on Amazon doesn't entitle you to just launch a product on Amazon and then boom, it's as easy as that. I had one of the homegirls back from high school, actually. This just happened today, so it's a fresh story. hit me up. It's interesting because there's so many people that knew me or know me, and they expect a handout or whatever. Shout out to this person, because saw that I was like, always knew I was hustling with Amazon, but saw that I had the program and everything, and was like, yo, I'm ready to pay to play. Hold on here. Sorry, had to do something there. Okay, I completely lost my train of thought there. What were we talking about? Someone refresh my memory while I answer the rest of these questions. Finally, a trade, I answered that. FBA shows I have inventory, but listing shows not available. What should I do? Are there any errors on your listing? And how long has it shown that there's inventory? You might need to just give it a minute. Got my first IP review for a product from buying Telegram. Wait, my first IP. I wouldn't buy reviews. I do not recommend that at all. Probably she had a bad quality product. That's why she got returns. Yes, that's the only reason. You're either in a high return rate market, or you have a bad quality product. Like, it's not the customer's fault. It's like everybody wants to blame instead of take accountability. Thank you. Now I remember. Okay. So she was explaining to me, she had hopped on a call with the team and everything, but I know her, and she was messaging me about like her situation and everything. And she was like, hey, like I really want this to work, yada, yada, yada. She's like, can you, like, what's a realistic time frame? Like, am I going to make money right away? And I told her, because you got to keep it real. I'm like, it takes 3 to 6 months to launch a product on Amazon. 2 of those months are going to be manufacturing and shipping. And then it's going to take you about 3 to 5 reorders on a good product for you to start taking profits and distributions in your pocket. So that could take anywhere from 6 months to a year. I actually told her my personal story about how I did it at the year mark, could have at the 6 month mark. She's like, man, thank you so much for your transparency. You hear all this stuff online and you just never know what to believe. We are going to change the tone in 2025 because, man, I do truly believe everybody's capable of starting a business, but not everybody should. Can't wait to rinse and repeat this process and launch more products this year. Jag, I love that, brother. And that's what I'm saying. That's one of the mentorship students in the YouTube live right here. I think he's also in the TikTok live. But that's what it is, bro. And you're going to realize that, and you're going to realize, don't get me wrong, maybe you have a few fails along the way. It's not going to be 100%. But what you realize is when you learn how to differentiate and launch a product one time, and especially in your scenario, my friend, because you took a product, you launched, you collected data, and you made optimizations as you should. You stuck to the fundamentals. Like, so you have that key element in product launches down. So when you launch another product and another product and another product, you're just going to stick to those fundamentals, rinse and repeat, and it's going to be a fun journey, my friend. I answered that, Gavin. Yeah, twice. Let's go pay to play. Yes. Also, just a side note, how much I respected that. Everybody wants a handout. Oh, Luke, do this for me, do that for me. In the first message, she's like, yo, I'm ready to pay to play, essentially. And that just like, that was dope. So yeah, we made sure to get her on track. But y'all, make sure that you guys drop any questions that you have about selling on Amazon down below. And I posted some absolute gem videos on the TikTok today. The last video is the tools I use to find successful products to sell on Amazon. And the second to last video has a typo, but is selling on Amazon too competitive. It says to compete, but typo there. So make sure y'all go show those some love. Absolute gem of videos, if I do say so myself. And we shall wait. If there's no questions, then y'all let me know. We could call it. Sup, what up, Nighty? Good to see you. Helium 10 versus FBA fee calculator. FBA fee calculator. Why would you use a third-party tool when you can use the one from Amazon themselves? FBA fee calculator all day. I've heard people say they like Helium 10 better. I don't understand it. I'm up in this. I'm up. Oh, in the live. What up? What up? Yes, sir, you are. Lost. Thank you for sharing the live. Brand name resale. No, I do private label. I made my own brands and I have want to launch both. Nice. You're already selling those products like on Shopify, if I remember correctly, right? You're already selling those products elsewhere. I feel like they will both be really good. If you have a strong brand, it's definitely beneficial taking a strong brand that you've built elsewhere onto Amazon. 2025, I'm not telling anyone about Amazon. If they come at me with some, I heard-ish. Yeah. I'm saying, man, at the end of the day, it's not about trying to sell people on the business model of Amazon. It's about trying to teach the people who are interested in selling on Amazon the right fundamentals. Amazon made a new update where in some cases, brand name will not be shown even if you have it in your title. It will only be shown above the title. I'm not sure if that's because I'm new or what. Can you send me a screenshot of that on IG? At official Luke Basha. Wait, were you talking about negotiating with suppliers though? Wait, where are you talking about? What do you mean by that, Abduli? Where are you talking about negotiating? When was I talking about that? I've wanted to do this for years, but I don't have the money to start. User 43, you know what the beauty of that is? Neither did I when I started. I'm going to give you the blueprint right now. Ready for this? Whether you live in an apartment, whether you're renting a room from somebody, whether you're living in your parents' house, grandparents' house, whatever, I would almost guarantee that you have some items laying around. I'm going to give you the blueprint. How bad do you want it? I would guess that you have some items laying around that you haven't touched in 6+ months. I would grab all of those items and I would start listing them on eBay. Go look at recently sold of those items. If you have a GoPro laying around, go see how much your GoPro 12 has recently sold for on eBay and list it accordingly, right? And I would list all those items. Okay, cool. Let's say you only have a few things and you make $200. Awesome. Now we have a starting point. And I'm assuming that you have a job too. So we have the income from the job. All right. But you're like, oh, but I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Start cutting things out that don't matter in life. The eating out, the paying for movies, the going out with friends. Again, how bad do you want it? I'll give you the blueprint that worked for me. So I would start doing all of that. Can you pick up more shifts at work? Can you pick up more hours, some overtime to work? Yes, no, maybe so. Maybe it's an option, maybe it's not. Okay, regardless, we have our income from work and we're going to be selling those things. We have our little nest egg. Let's say we got that $200 initially. Now, we're going to go to, depending on where you live, like if you live in a more populated area or state like me, Southern California, then this might be a little easier, but don't let your location be an excuse, because even if you live in Milwaukee, you can make this happen, right? So you're going to go find garage sales or the Goodwill or auction houses. And trust me, I don't care where you live. I guarantee that they have them. Storage auctions, right? Anywhere that there's a storage unit, they have auctions for those storage units. Anywhere that there's a decent population, they're going to have little auctions for items. Anywhere there's a decent population, you're going to have a Goodwill within a decent mile radius. Okay, cool. We're going to go take that $200 that we got flipping items, and now we're going to use that to start buying other items, and we're going to find things of value. You're going to learn the game. Same thing, just like if you see an item in store, pull out your phone, check eBay, see what it's recently sold for, okay? And then you're going to see, okay, I can get this for $5. It recently sold for $50 on eBay. That's a good steal, and you're going to rinse and repeat that process. You're going to keep going. You're going to save some of the money. You're going to put that into your savings. You're going to take the money. You're going to keep reinvesting until you have enough to start Amazon. The beauty of it is you don't need to be a millionaire to start. You don't even need to be a 100,000aire to start. With 3 to 6K, you can have a product live on Amazon. That's the blueprint. How bad do you want it? I really do think a fun series would be really long, but I think a really fun series would be literally go from zero. I think it's a little unfair to me because I could sell a painting in the house and it would be enough to go start an Amazon business. But I think it'd be fun to take like little items. Like I'm looking at the GoPro. I'm looking at this phone stand that I have right here. I'm looking at this fan I don't really use anymore. I'm looking at some of the figurines behind me. I think it would be such a fun series to like literally start from zero and just prove to people that you can, like how you can build up. I'll do the 0 to 1 mil. I don't want to do it all the way from like starting with $0 and then create a brand new seller account because I'm already doing the 0 to 1 mil. So we'll do that series, building up the account, but maybe we'll do I don't know, I have to think of a catchy name. Starting from zero and saving up enough to actually launch a product, and then we'll use that money to go towards the 0 to 1 mil account. I think that would be a fun series. I think that I can go from $0. This might be a big claim, but I think I can go from $0 to like 4 G's in 30 days. Not using any of the current resources I have. So I can't use any of my team. I can't use any of the businesses that I currently have. Literally zero. And then showing that I can save up enough to go launch an Amazon product in a month. For all the people who are like, I can't, I don't have enough, blah, blah, blah. I'll show you that I can do it in a month. Let's go. Yeah, but they should be great on Amazon. I tell everyone, right? I think because they gated. What's gated, 90? When I said my margins in decreasing price. Yeah, you got to negotiate with your supplier more. I'm having sourcing issues. Does your mentorship offer more in-depth explanation? It covers sourcing pretty in-depth, yes, but what sourcing issues are you having? I'm sending all my AMZ questions to Luke in 2025. No more free milk from Airstick. What? You're funny, dog. Cut out TV, Netflix, things that you don't need to live. Then one day you will get it back. Yard sales and everything. Yeah, exactly. Like there's a formula that works. How bad do you want it? There's this little thing that I post every time I see it on IG, and it's like two split screen videos. One is this caption is 5 years of pleasure, and it's people dancing, and then the bottom half is for 50 years of misery or something like that, and it's somebody mopping the floors, right? People, I mean, not even people, it's not me judging. We're human, so it's all of us, me included. As humans, we want instant gratification. If you can put off instant gratification for long-term success, that's the winning formula. I sold my Xbox to pay for some of my second order of my inventory. Bro, that's dope. That's dope, for real. And one day, God willing, you'll be able to buy back 10 Xboxes. Especially at the rate you're going. How can I find suppliers? Alibaba. What's your view on bundles, bro? Bundles, like digital bundles, not a fan of, but like bundling items and differentiating, adding bonus items, I'm a fan of. How do you find suppliers locally? Google? ChatGPT? I absolutely love all of the questions, right? And I'm happy to answer all of them. But something to consider is like, say that you've been sitting on the thought of like, man, I don't know how to find suppliers locally, and you've been trying to figure it out for weeks and weeks. Guys, we live in 2025. You can pull up the free version of ChatGPT and find the answer to every question that you have. What do I need to start an Amazon account? Boop, 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 boop. Right? What documents do I need? Boop, 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 boop. That quick. So I don't say that because I'm like, oh, how could you ask that? Or don't ask a question like that. I just want everybody to get in the mindset of like, the information is there. Don't allow yourself to, spend a whole day figuring out how to find a local supplier and then feel like you were accomplished because you spent the whole day doing it, when in reality, it can be figured out in actually, let's prove a point. ChatGPT. I would share my screen, but then you guys will see all of my business stuff that I use ChatGPT for. So I'll show the TikTok right now. Who should we find a local supplier for? I got it. One of my old products, Apple. Give me a list of apple cider vinegar gummy manufacturers in the USA. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8 seconds. Okay, 8 seconds, and I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 local suppliers that I can go get apple cider vinegar gummies manufactured in the United States. Makers Nutrition, Supplement Manufacturing Partner. I guess I'm not going to shout all these companies out. It doesn't matter who the companies are. The point is, do you see, in 8 seconds, I figured out the answer to my question. Ready for this? Let's do this. What documents do I need to start selling on Amazon? Ready? 1, 2, it's already populating. 3, 4, oh, here we are. Government ID, business name, business registration documents, EIN number, bank account, credit card, phone number, tax identification number, which I already said that, and utility bill or bank statement. And there we go. 6 seconds. Let's do one more. Let's see if ChatGPT is this smart. What is Luke Basha's product research criteria? Let's see if it knows this. Didn't get it that on point. Let's see. Oh, actually, it's not too bad. So it got the price kind of wrong, $20 to $80. Profit margin must be 30%. Avoid saturated markets. Average reviews must be under or around 500. Monthly revenue at least 10K. Keyword search volume, it's a little off on that. It should be at least 2K. Must be able to differentiate from the competition. Average selling price, $30. Oh, no, wait. Oh, why did it say target 20 to 80 and then here it says 30? Anyways, you get what I point. You get what I'm saying. That being said, figuring out something should take you guys no more than like 10 seconds nowadays. So if you spend a whole day figuring something out, you were caught in a cycle of mental masturbate. Finish the rest of the word. Where you tricked yourself into thinking that you worked, but you didn't actually do that productive of work. Definitely seeing uptrend on my new product today. Let's go. I love that. LaFile, thank you so much for the follow. What happened to the top 100 top AMZ gyms? I will still do that. It's still on the list. Chocolate, thank you for sharing the live. How long and how much? For what? Soul, thank you so much for the follow. I'm going to get to the YT questions right now. Y'all, appreciate all of y'all being in the live, vibing, asking questions. Can't miss a Luke live. Yes, sir. Kevin, thank you for sharing the live. You only sell on Amazon. You don't run the same products as Shopify store. We do. Shopify, TikTok Shop, Walmart. We're actually going to be doing a pretty fun Shopify strategy for one of the brands soon. I'll probably document that as well. I'm going to start making more content about like Shopify. If TikTok Shop stays, I'll make more content about that. How long did it take you to start your business? About 3 months from the first concept of it to having a product live on Amazon. Need to go platinum on Helium 10, but simply finding a winning product with your criteria. Was there more to that? But yeah, bro, I have a discount for Helium if you wanted to upgrade and spend less money. I'm launching 3 products right now. I hope at least 2 of them do well. Nice. Ahmed, wishing you Godspeed, brother. Why don't you move to Miami where there is 0% income tax? Because I live in, well, not I live in, my business operates in Wyoming where there is no income tax. Got an office and everything down there. Ask what products will make the most profit ROI selling on Amazon. I don't think it's going to give me the question. I wouldn't listen to ChatGPT on product recommendations. I'm going to be transparent about that, but let's ask. What products make the highest ROI on Amazon? How do you find distributors? Alibaba. What did it say? Answered that. Miles, thank you so much for the follow. What products would you recommend starting with? One with good market numbers. It says high profit margins, 30 to 50%, low competition with demand, potential to make at least 10K for top competitors, review count ideally under 500, low returns and defect rates. It says, ooh, this is where I don't agree. So it does say it puts number 1, supplements. I disagree. So, but then it says home and kitchen. I do agree. Pet products. I do agree. Travel products. I think you can run into an issue with travel products, kind of like that lady did. You know, somebody buys a product for a trip that they're only going to go on once. They only go on one trip every 3 years. They buy a product. The trip's less than 30 days. They come back. They return your product. It would really depend on what accessory. Fitness products. Sports and outdoors is a great category. Baby products, great category. Toys, great category. All right, let's get to the YTs here real quick. When selling, do you have days where conversion drops and ACoS rises? Yesterday around about 20%. Today I'm at 35. Yeah, sometimes it happens. And sometimes also your PPC data doesn't fully populate. Is it better to get my manufacturer to print the barcode on my product or send FNSKU to my box designer? It's a personal preference. I think as long as it's going to be what you're going to be moving forward. As long as it's for sure that that's the FNSKU, like there's not going to be any issues or anything like that, you can print it on, save you money. Did you fail when you first started Amazon FBA? No. My first product was an immense success. I want to start an idea, bro. Help out. Well, you should start thinking, brother. That's so broad. What do you mean? I was just trolling with my answer, but yeah, what do you mean? I'm going to be running the same products. Nice. You asked what sourcing problems I was having. Oh, yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait, oh, that's your problem. The platinum. Got it. Oh, are you having trouble finding products with the criteria? I'm a bit confused, 7. How much should I put on the side for one product PPC to start to test ads? Well, you don't necessarily need to put money on the side unless you're assuming that you're going to lose money from the start. If you think that, then you can put away like $1,000 for each product, but ideally you're at least breaking even, which that case your margins support that. But I only said my margins because I've been dialed in on ads. I even went down further in my ACOS. Wait, I'm confused, Abduli. What do you mean? You're talking about the new product, no? I'm waiting on or the one that you're launching. Why do so many items require approval? Because Amazon doesn't like counterfeit products. You got to go through the proper channels to get it, to sell them. Was down 83% last year, down to 43% this week, bringing me total ACOS 37%, with last 3 days having ACOS low, my profit margin, which I'm surprised about, nice. You do wholesale, arbitrage, or private label? Private label. How many difference in sales do you think 30 reviews and 100 reviews can get? I can't put an exact number on it, Richard, but I think you'd see a pretty significant jump from my own products and my students' products. When they get to that 100 mark, that's when it's really starting to become more of an established product. Your order might change everything. Finna get fixed packaging to bring my FBA fees back to normal, negotiate price, and so on. Yeah, the whole idea is to get proof of concept. If you get that, you figure out all the other things on your next orders. Do you have any kind of service that helps with listing creation and listing images? I do. AMZ Masterclass optimized.com. It is my listing creation service. It's available to the public, but my mentorship students do get discounts to it. What do you mean it's helium-10 isn't generating good results based with your criteria? It's not about helium-10's not generating it. It's just that the markets that you're looking at don't meet the criteria. Jonathan, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you and everybody in the live vibing, asking questions, listening to me yap about Amazon. What do you think about Amazon FBM? FBA all day, every day. What do I do now, though? I'm selling 1 to 4 units a day and been stuck there, optimized listing and everything. How many reviews do you have, Abduli? Remind me. I forget off the top of my head. Sometimes it's not just about listing optimizations, but also like review count, where your organic rank is. Right now, you got to focus on increasing your organic rank. How much should I put on the site? I answered that already, Ahmed. 49 reviews. You're at a good place. I think now you got to start focusing on what's your conversion also, Abduli? That's another thing. But right now, focus on organic rank, because if you're mainly relying on PPC ads, then that's why you're going to have more of those inconsistent days or low sale days. Establish organic rank, start tracking that. How can I appeal Section 3 without an invoice? I lost track of a few of them. You got to get the required information that Amazon requires. I missed it, my bad. All good. The thing is, unless you plan on losing money on your ads, then you don't need to set aside money for ads, because your margins are going to support it. Organic rank increasing ad spend? No, bro. Go through the PPC Masterclass again. No. Go through the PPC Masterclass again, specifically the ones where I talk about like ranking, some of the later ones. You need to create some rank campaigns. You have to start tracking where your ads appear on the page. You need to start tracking where your products are organically on page 1. Do you consider product to be number 1 on the important list? I don't strive. I mean, it's contradicting advice, but like, I don't care to be number 1. You always strive to be number 1, but it's not like the end all be all. Majority of my products are not number 1. Meanwhile, they still crush. The products on this account are not number 1 in the market. They still crush. So everybody would love to get there, but getting there isn't the end all be all, the make or break. If you're not there, you won't be successful. Hassam, I already answered that. Alibaba, my friend, is where I find manufacturers for potential products that I am selling. Let's Go, son. Also, any of the mentorship students in here, we got our call tomorrow, so make sure that y'all stay tuned for that. Gonna be a good one as always. So increase organic rank so that I can not only increase day-to-day sales, but consistently, yes. What about candy? That you would want to get sourced from the US, but I wouldn't start a candy company, brother. That's just my personal opinion. Doesn't make it fact. I think there's just other products and companies to launch. How many doubters and naysayers did you have when you started? I have a bunch right now, bro. It's actually one of my favorite parts of when I got started. I wish I had more haters nowadays. I need some more fuel on the fire, son. Honestly, like never take for granted a good hater. For real. They can really fuel your drive. I had so many people. The only people who really like truly believed in the journey, I think, was my mom, my cousins, and one of my best friend whose couch I was sleeping on. He kind of like how I saw my cousin's success and come up. He saw my success and come up. So he saw a lot of the things behind the scenes and him and his brother, because I lived with him and his brother as well. Yeah, so the support was definitely there. But yeah, everybody else, bro, like my family, not all of my family, but it's funny because I have a lot of family members who follow my IG and my TikTok and listen to my business advice and all of that now. Some of those people were the same people who were hating on me or counting me out as the black sheep of the family, or who thought I was the loser. And you know what I'm saying? Oh, he's the party kid. He's just going to, drink and smoke his life away. And here we are, son. So that's, God, it's all love to everybody. And then there was people, man, like there was some of the close homies who you would think would have supported the business, but then you saw the vibe of like, they wanted you to do good, but never better than them. And there was this resentment, like, oh, Luke thinks he's better than us. He's not coming out anymore. He's not doing this. Meanwhile, I'm trying to shout from the rooftops, like, come on, boys, let's get it. Like, let's get our lives together. But they saw it as like, I was hating on them. So they created some separation there. I had people who weren't close homies, but just in the circle who would, I've told this story before. I remember going to it wasn't a party, but like a little get together with some of the friends. And I always compared my first, not to say that I ever wanted to be like this person, but I always compared myself and my brand to Dan Bilzerian and his brand Ignite. If anybody is familiar with that, again, not that I was like trying to be like him or anything, maybe at some point, but anyways, and I remember being at this kickback and telling my homies, they're like, oh, I'm hyped. And it's not even like a bragging vibe or anything like that. Also, TikTok, if you're like, why is he looking up? The person who asked this was a YouTube comment, so I'm looking at the YouTube camera. But yeah, I'm excited about the business. I'm pumped up. It's not like a bragging vibe. And I'm like, yeah, like my company, I'm gonna be the next Dan Bilzerian in Ignite. And the people that I'm telling this to, they brush me off. They literally laugh. They're like, yeah, whatever, bro. And I was like, okay, whatever. I walk away. That's that. And, remember, I had that early on success with Amazon. So #1 bestseller badge month one, making 10K plus a month one. And I was so transparent about, people knew what product I was selling, like my friends and the people in my circle, because I wasn't making content like this. So I wasn't hiding the products. I remember there would be days where I would go to my Amazon order page and I would just click today and I would scroll and I would it was a little pretentious, but I was hyped. It wasn't like a bragging thing. Maybe a little bit was, because it was like, yo, the kid that all of you doubted, here I am. But I would set the filter for today and I'd scroll through the orders, and it'd be a lot of orders for the day. And you just see today and whoop, 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 whoop. And yeah, so people saw that. Fast forward a month or so later, I'm at another kickback. Again, not a party, just a kickback with some friends. That same group of people is there, and they're like, oh, Luke, I always knew you could do it. They're hyping me up. I'm like, bro, do you guys not remember the conversation that we had a month ago? There's so many stories of people who doubted, like the whole like movie vibe of the kid that everybody slept on, the kid who was, I was bullied like freshman year a little bit, but like I was a popular kid after that, which after being bullied and then some of the same kids who weren't cool to me all of a sudden are like my best friends. You realize how fake the game was, but I was playing the game. I was in it. But yeah, I remember another story. There was a kid who made my life absolutely miserable my first half of freshman year in school. I grew up in a redneck town, and I'm an Egyptian, so like let's just keep it at that, right? Made my life absolutely miserable. And I remember I launched my business. I start, and we're at a little get together. Actually, I saw him in public. I'm with some of my boys, and he walks up to me. He's like, bro, I see that you're hustling all this stuff. Like, let me do your marketing for you. And it was such a shock to me. I couldn't even hide my facial expression. I look at him, and I wasn't even going to sugarcoat it. I was like, no, I'm good, bro. And he looks at me. He's almost shocked that I just said it so flat out. He's like, huh? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm doing my thing. And, I'm not looking to work with anybody. Just story after story after story that I can tell about this, bro. Nobody thought that I was going to be the guy who was successful. I remember telling a different side of my family, going to Thanksgiving, and I'm pumped up. I'm hustling in business. People see that I'm hustling, and my uncle takes me aside, and it's all love. It's no hate or anything like that. And tells me a couple things. He's like, first off, like, hey, don't be telling the boys like not to go to college or influencing them, anything like that. And I'm like, okay, they're grown men. They'll do what they want at the end of the day. Number one. Number two, he's like, I really think, this is after I had some success and everything. He's like, I really think that you should go back to college, have a safety plan, have something a degree to fall back on. And again, it's like one of those things where I was just so shocked. I couldn't hide my facial expressions or my reaction. I was just like, why would I ever do that? And I kind of went on a whole rant. Story after story, brother. Nobody is meant to believe in your journey. Nobody is meant to see the path that you're on. The only two people who are meant to know where you are going is God and you. That's it. God knows the path that you're destined to be as long as you stick to it. You hustle, you grind, you stay true to yourself. You do good business. You're not, you're ethical and all of that. And then you know where you're going. If you're like, hey, I'm starting this business and I know that I'm hustling. I know that I'm pushing. I am the only person, not even my friends who I tell the certain things to, know the full ins and outs of my business. Nobody is going to see what I see. And what I've told people is when I walk in the room, I just walked into my house from my cousins not too long ago. And you know what I did not look at when I walked in the house, or didn't think about when I walked in the house? The wallpaper. I didn't think, oh, what does the wallpaper think of my outfit? Or what does the wallpaper think of what I did today? You want to know why? Because it's wallpaper. And you know what every single person's opinion of me is? Wallpaper, son. And the lion does not concern himself with the opinion of the sheep. I'm not calling people sheep. That's not the point of that message or the quote. What I'm saying is I don't concern myself with the thoughts of other people or this or that. If somebody comes in this live right now and says, Luke, you're the worst ever, you know nothing, you're a scammer, you're the blah, 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 affects me zero. Somebody comes in this live and says, Luke, you're the greatest, I appreciate you, you're the best, you're nobody can do it like you. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the love, but it does nothing to me. Because you are I'm the only person who knows the path I'm going on. I'm the only person who truly knows me in and out, right? The self-awareness. So you can't get inflated. You can't let your ego get inflated by people gassing you up. And you can't get discouraged by people sitting there hating on you. Let them hate. Let them give you flowers. You're in your lane. Whether, again, I know I'm continuing the rant here going along, but If you guys are sitting there saying, Luke, you're the best, Luke, you're the best, guess what? I still got to get the same amount of work done. I still have the same amount of tasks to get done. I still got to do the things that I got to do for myself, for my family, for my business. If you guys come in here and every single comment is, Luke, you're the worst, you know nothing, you're the worst Amazon mentor, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? I mean, I would obviously want to correct things if that was the narrative. Everyone was saying that. But also at the end of the day, the work still needs to get done. I still got to take care of myself. I still got to take care of my family and my business. End of sentence. I know that was like a 15-minute answer to that question, but I think it's important. FBA or FBM, FBA all day, every day. I have 30 great reviews, but I have spent a lot on PPC clicks and they're not converting to sales. Why? Maybe your listing is not good. Your listing is what gets sales, not PPC ads. PPC ads drives traffic. God, I want to do this and be this and share it and multiply it. Give me the knowledge and the strength. Amen to that. But remember, I will never, ever, I've seen creators say certain things about this. I'll never discount what God has given me and the opportunities that God has given me. But I can't just sit here every day and pray to God and do nothing and expect the results. God wants you to be a hard worker. God wants you to put in the effort. There's actually, let me see. Hold on. There's even verses in the Bible about being lazy, how God does not want you to be lazy. Let's see. There's a specific one that I'm looking for. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Proverbs 10:4. He who gathers crops in the summer is a prudent son, but he who sleeps during the harvest is a disgraceful son. Those who work their land will have abundant food, but those who chase fantasies have no sense. That's a great one right there, son. All of the people who are like, I'm going to manifest it in my mind and I'm going to do nothing. No, God's telling you to go put in the work, son. Angie, thank you so much for the follow. Nerface, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Shy, thank you so much for the follow. Are you comfortable sharing the product you first started with? It was a gummy supplement. I don't share the exact successful products that I sell. I share the failed products that I sell. How long did it take you to hit your first 1K in sales? Not even a week. Also, did you have enough supply in the beginning to fulfill the orders? I did. Can you explain organic ranking to you? When you search a product on Amazon, the ones that don't say sponsored, where it appears on the page, that's your organic rank. So the number one, hold on, I got to do a puzzle to stay on live. So the number one seller that's not sponsored, that's the number one organic ranked product on Amazon. Thank y'all for sharing the live. I appreciate you. Let's go. TX, thank you so much for the follow. Prayer without works is dead, 100%. Jay Borden, thank you so much for the follow. Can you teach me how to do listing? I have videos on how to create a listing, but if you wanted me to mentor you, I do have the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship. And Lucy, if you hop on a call, if you apply for the program in the TikTok bio and hop on a call with my team, they will be able to answer every question that you have about the program. Have you ever taken an exit out of a company? Yes, the very first one that I started. So much great knowledge you're giving out. Thank you, bro. Of course, Nerface. On that note, everybody, if you guys like the lives and like the videos, make sure you go show some love to my last few TikTok videos. And if you wanted me to be your personal mentor along your Amazon FBA journey and have a full ecosystem for Amazon sellers, not just some course, a full ecosystem for everything that you're going to need along your journey, be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the TikTok bio. You can apply there for free. If you qualify, you'll be prompted to book a call with my team where you will learn more about the program. I appreciate all of you. It's been a great live. God bless you, and I will see y'all soon.